We are live.
Hey, we are live and it's working. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I think it's the second marketing mentor Facebook live session.
Yes, this is the second for this month, for this year.
And it's the first one where I have Lana again with me. I felt quite lonely the previous edition, so I said, why don't you join me?
And we also have balloons there.
We are celebrating. We are still celebrating the Valentine's Day, so we felt pinkish, in a pinkish mood. So we are here. I think we can. We should be fine. So hope people are live. Hey, Natasha, great to see you here. Today's topic is about your audience and how can you find your audience and how can you make sure is the right audience, that is your audience. So I have a couple of tips for you, and also Lana, we're gonna probably share some more. And for the one that haven't read my articles yet, I already shared an article there that please read it after this. First listen to me with some tips or a different view of seeing clients and approaching them. So shall we just go straight to the topic? But because I know some people are not able to stay long, and we're gonna keep it short and sweet. What I would like to do is to make a differentiation between two things. Are you a new company that just opened, has no clients, and just wants to enter the market? Are you a company that are already on the market for a couple of years or even 6 months and already had a client? So you kind of have an idea of what you want. And I think it's important to make a differentiation between these two, because in case of we can take us for example. If you already had a client, let's say the two of us, we are on the market for 1 year now.
Yes.
Same as me. So we started with an avatar, with a profile of the client, and we tested it, and then we just start working with them. So at this point, when we need to revise or to go over our avatar, what we need to do is just to imagine our clients. Just think about one of the clients. Actually, if you think about all of them, you're gonna notice they have 90% of them or 80% of them of the skills, not the skills of the profile thing. No. Of the main points are the same in terms of where you can find them, who are they, what do they like, what is their need, is the same. Of course, they will have some particularities because no one is the same, but the groundwork is there. So, for example, in my case, just to give an example, I know they are entrepreneurs and they have at least 10 years of experience, if not more than that. And they either work for corporates before and they decide, actually majority they work for corporates and they decided to quit and to start their own business. And there are two options here. Either they just started and they start from zero, or they are already in the market for some time, for 1 year or 2 years, something like that. And all of them, they have this experience. This is the most important, because they are not juniors that just started or exactly, and they don't understand what's going on. But this for us is easier because we think about the client, and we know the age, their experience, what industries they are active in, what is the need, what exactly do they need. Do they have problems with finding clients maybe, or do they have problems with defining who they are as a company, or maybe structuring their services differently. But also knowing them, we know where we can find them. Maybe we can find them on LinkedIn, Facebook, or different hubs.
The different hubs.
Yes. Exactly, where exactly they are in terms of social media, but also in terms of meetups, networking events, and everything basically. But as said, if you already have if you already been active on the market for some time, it's easier. But what do you do if you just started? If you just wake up this morning and said, I want to be an entrepreneur, I have a great idea, I know it's a need in the market for this, what do you do? And then it's a little bit more complicated, but not as hard. I tested, so what I'm sharing now is something that I did, and it worked. of course, you're going to start and you're going to have a specific idea about the audience that you want to serve and about the service that you have. When you create the service, you always need to have the client in mind, because you need to, okay, I have this great idea, like you, for example, you want to help entrepreneurs succeed. But you need to think, okay, so who is my market?
Yeah, definitely. Client market fit. Yeah.
What exactly is the pain that I'm solving? And then you start having an hypothetical profile of your audience. Once that you have this profile, this is not the best, actually. It's a structure. What you're gonna do then, you're gonna see where can you find these clients. Do you find them in different meetups, like Lana did last year, for example, when she had the Kickstarter campaign?
Yes.
She defined different hubs where she thought she can find her clients. And what she did, she went there and she started talking with them, and she started pitching her idea, and she started presenting her product and her service. And this is how she started defining the avatar of her clients. She went and basically did a market research. I did the same. I knew, actually, when I started, I said I want to work with startups. I still work with startups, but what I realized is not the definition of startup that actually define my clients, but the entrepreneurship. And this I noticed by going and talking with them and presenting my idea and testing it. And what I noticed, actually, Lana, she's the best example for doing this. She did the same. She went.
We're very good at testing our assumptions.
I don't know how you managed to do that, Superwoman. She went and she kept on discussing with people, and she got the feedback, and she got the taste. How do they respond? What do I need to tweak in my pitch, or what do I need to tweak in my service or in my product to make it fit their needs? And this is what you need to do. Start with an hypothesis. Create the ideal profile of your client, of he or she. What's their pain? What do they like? Do they like to read the articles on LinkedIn? Do they read the white papers? Do they attend the high corporate events? Do they attend networking events? Just have an idea of them. And once that you have that idea, look in your network, see what events they are. Go and do some research and see what other meetups or events are there. Like Lana and Eleonora ended up in Luxembourg because of that.
Yes.
And actually ended up being a great event for them.
Yes, we were there to connect, and we met Caroline and a lot of wonderful entrepreneurs who are, in essence, our ideal clients for the 90-day action planner.
Exactly. You never know. You can actually go and have your image be, that will be the perfect environment for me. I actually did that with Impact Hub. I was thinking that would be the perfect place for me. And I went there and I spoke with those people, and I realized their needs are different and they are just not my audience. And that's fine, because then you know, when you actually start working and you start your marketing, this is a pre-launch campaign, basically. When you actually go out there for them, you're not going to waste your efforts and your energy on these particular mediums that don't work for you. So it's very important to know what is working and what is not working.
Yeah. We actually learned about this experimentation from the Get Started program that we took, and we can send you a link for the experiment board so that you can test your assumptions to your target audience, and at the same time see, what fits with what they need. And I really like this. It's one of the things that we like sharing at Co.Lab, the idea of having an assumption or a hypothesis and then just testing it and testing it and testing it. So you're not just fixed with just one.
It doesn't exist, especially marketing. It doesn't exist to have a template and you go and do A, B, C, D, and automatically you're going to have the end result that will be the same for everyone. You need to consider marketing. It's about humans. It's about interaction, and it's about what do they need in that particular moment. And this is why the avatar, the client profile that you have at a specific moment when you start can be totally different from the one that you're going to have in 1 year or 2 years or 5 years from that point, because you're going to change as a business, the needs of the market are changing, and automatically your clients are going to change.
Yes.
So you need to marketing and clients is something very organic. It changes, it evolves.
Yeah.
I'm losing my English. Apologies. So you need to work with them and be there. So once that you have this client profile, don't think you're done. And some of you can be disappointed with this, but you shouldn't. It's actually a good thing, because if you have the client profile from the beginning and it's wrong, that means you're stuck with that concept and you'll never succeed.
Yeah.
So you need to be very flexible and go back to your drawing board and see, hey, does it still apply? I said my avatar is working or used to work in corporate. Does it apply after 1 year of working with this? Do I notice that maybe the market changed and other people with other needs, with different environments, start working with me? Maybe the moment you are out there and you reach different other hubs. I love the term of hubs. You reach other hubs and you start speaking with other people, you're gonna increase the database of clients that you have, and you're gonna notice maybe you're gonna still keep the same avatar, but maybe you're gonna have 2 other different ones.
Yeah. What I can share, Veronica, with our experience at Co.Lab was we started with a very different idea for what Co.Lab is about. And along the way, we realized, okay, we needed to pivot. We really needed to shift our focus, because it wasn't, in essence, it wasn't serving us in terms of our time and energy. And one of the things that we really had to look at is, okay, but who do we really want to serve?
Yeah.
Who do we really want to talk to? So like what you said, having a fixed ideal client is not exactly what is really recommended as entrepreneurs. Because, hey, who knows, say 6 months along the line, you just decide, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. So there is such a thing as pivoting. You're given the permission to pivot if you say, hey, this is not working, or like what you said, if they're not your ideal clients, you're not supposed to be stuck with them the entire time.
No. And the beauty of working for yourself and being an entrepreneur is that you can do, or you should do, what you like to, what you love to do, and what you're best at, because otherwise just stick to a well-paid corporate position that gives you a good income on monthly basis and without a lot of stress.
Exactly.
Or not the stress that you have as being an entrepreneur. But the idea is, if you need to connect with that audience, and you need to be able to understand them and to speak their language, basically. And if you feel it's not working, it's fine to actually say, I need to change, and they are not my audience, and to actually say no to a client. Because if you don't connect with that client,
yes,
you're going to have problems. If you feel from the beginning that something is not as it should be, or you don't feel them, let's say, you don't understand their need, or you don't understand how they can express themselves, you're going to have problems on long term, because you'll not be able to provide a good quality service, and they will be unhappy, and
Exactly.
they will not actually, instead of promoting you, they will do the opposite. Instead of being your ambassadors, they will actually go and share their
dissatisfaction about
exactly
your service, or give comments about how
that can't be, they will not be the most positive ones. And this is why you can't work with everyone. I keep on saying that. Just be sure you're working with the people that you connect with.
So I see Leonora already shared a link to the experiment board. So the idea of an experiment board is just really writing what is your hypothesis regarding a particular client you have in mind, and then seeing as, okay, what can I do? How can I address those clients' needs? And then, like, say, for example, a very good example is how we did it during the Kickstarter campaign. So we had an assumption that entrepreneurs needed clarity, and that's why we have the planner. So to do that we did a survey. Mm-hmm. So we did a survey, and it was responded with 122 entrepreneurs.
In a very short amount of time, I have to say that. That's important.
In a week's time. And we were able to gather very good very good feedback based from the survey. One of the things that what we saw from the survey was entrepreneurs take about 6 months to 5 years just to be clear with their business vision.
It's
So
true.
it's quite a long time if you're thinking about it. So um, having that experimentation process that Veronica shared is exactly one way that you can say, hey, am I validating the needs of my clients, and does it match with the services that I'm providing?
And what they need. And I'm seeing here, Natasha has a question for us. What I struggle with is this: should an avatar be either an entrepreneur or an employee? You can actually have both. If you notice that you have clients from both areas, some that are entrepreneurs and some that are employees, then you basically have two avatars. One thing that I haven't mentioned, it's good to have more avatars. You don't need to have only one avatar. Actually, usually the companies have several ones, at least 2 or 3. So it's fine with that. Don't be afraid that you need to reduce it to one. And I think in your case, especially entrepreneurs and employees, they are a little bit different in terms of time, for example. How do they structure their agenda?
And where you can find them.
Where you can find them. And also a little bit of their needs, because they are confronted with different situations. So in your case, Natasha, I will definitely say have 2 different ones. And it's fine.
Really
Happy to hear that.
it's fascinating because I think a lot of us entrepreneurs, we have this mindset of when you're working for yourself, you have to do certain things in a very specific manner. And again, this is also why, like what Veronica mentioned a while ago, as entrepreneurs, why we're doing it is because we want it. We
Yes,
want to
it's a
have
choice.
our own time. We want to pursue our passions. We want to follow our choices.
Exactly.
So this is also a choice. Who you're serving is also a choice.
Exactly. And for example, in your case, Natasha, because I know if you're targeting entrepreneurs, you need to define the hubs where you can find them. For example, you are having tomorrow here at the Co.Lab the breathing exercise. So that, having in mind that you're targeting entrepreneurs, you're gonna know you need to work not only with Co.Lab but also with the WeWork probably, or with spaces and so on. But if you want to work with, or if you also work with the employees, then you need to define some companies where you can find them. So the
How
avatar,
you get to them.
yeah, the avatar will also dictate where you can find them. Also when they are available for your sessions, maybe early in the morning, maybe very, very late in the evening, maybe lunchtime. So there are more things to consider. It's very important. And when I say an avatar, what you need to know about that avatar, and I see we are going quite long. We're going to finish with this one. What I understand by that, you need to understand who they are in terms of personality, in terms of where do they work, are they married or not, do they have kids, what do they like to do in their spare time, do they like to go rock climbing, do they like to go to music. You need to understand, because you can connect to content afterwards with them, or maybe you can actually do an event with other things that they like. You need to know, do they stay on social media? If they stay on social media, which platforms do they like?
Go to, yeah.
And also what time of the day they go there.
Yeah.
It's very important, because considering the amount of information we have today, I know
Yes.
I know I'm overwhelmed, and theoretically it's my job to be there, but it's a lot. So they will receive so much information that if you're not posting at the right time and on the right platform, they will not see it. Your content will be swallowed by others. So it's very important to keep that in mind as well. And I think we should
we should wrap it up.
Otherwise, we can go.
Thank you again, Veronica,
My
for
pleasure.
our monthly mentors series. Again, in one of the messages that I sent, we have our mentors, Rob, who's doing on stress coaching. He does it on the first Monday of the month. And we'll have Veronica doing the marketing on the second
or third.
Yeah, mid Thursday
Yeah.
of the month. And then we'll also have other mentors who will be coming in. I know Jennifer has signed in on the finance part, and also David Hoagland on branding. And And at the same time, we also have our free masterclass, which is on the 22nd. So please do join us. The link is in our Facebook event page. The free masterclass will be on expanding your stakeholders avatar. So what we just talked about, but in essence, expanding it more, and we'll have an hour's time to deal deeper on this topic. Plus, you get a free tool, which is the empathy map. So looking forward to another one.
Yes, and please ask your questions here. I will make sure to answer them. And
We'll
see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.